we go. Leo, it's time to see what the week holds for you. This is general reading for the week of the 28th of March. So let's get to it. Lovely, passionate, loyal Leos. Let's see what it's got to say for you. We're starting with Destiny, which is the Wheel of Fortune. Crossing that, we've got the Fool. Recent past is Judgment. So far it's all major arcana. Another major arcana in the near future, the Moon. The root of the matter, what's going away from you, that's the Four of Swords. And the head of the matter, the Knight of Pentacles. And where this is all going to lead you, let's have a look now. This is where you're going to find yourself, that's the Devil. How others see the situation, Five of Cups. Hopes and fears, the Two of Cups, which is great, and the outcome is the Hangman. Energy on the bottom of the deck, the Nine of Wands. Oh, this is an interesting one, people. Really powerful energies here, really powerful, really strong, clearly very Leo. So in this deck, rather than the Wheel of Fortune, it talks about destiny, all these intertwining strands around this creature's head, and how they're all kind of tied together, as above, so below. And it's about things that are kind of beyond your control. So I think this week something's going to happen that you need to react to. The good news is the thing that's crossing you is the Fool. You know, 0 in the deck. It's all or nothing. It's about jumping in with both feet. It's accepting the challenge without really knowing you're accepting the challenge. So that's a fantastic card to get on top of Destiny. And then in your near past, you've got Judgment. Quite simple. Judgment talks about stand up and be counted, you know, when the day of judgment comes. It's hard to see in this light. It's quite bright now. But she's faceless. She's pointing and throwing a spear at someone. But, you know, judgment comes for us all, including her. She's got a crown of thorns as penance. She's holding a finger to a wound for, you know, misdeeds that she's paid for but are now healing. So judgment just calls us to, you know, be our better selves, so that the time of the day of reckoning comes, we can stand up and be counted. In near future, you've got the Moon. The Moon is obviously, you know, maybe a little bit intuitive, going into your psychic self, into your subconscious. It's not the bright truth of the sun. It's the slightly devious, illusory nature of the Moon. So I would just be wary. Just be wary. There's a lot of powerful stuff going on in here. So recently you were, I mean, this thing is going to come out of left field. So it's going to be quite a traumatic experience. I don't mean that in a negative way. It could be very good, you know. It's like surprise pregnancies or job offers out of the blue. It can be that kind of thing as well. So I don't want people to think it's all doom and gloom, because it's not. But it is powerful, heavy energy. I mean, you wouldn't expect anything less from Leos, would you? This is where you're going to find yourself, which is the Devil energy. You know, I love the fact that she's kind of pointing and whispering a shh, little secret between ourselves, and she's kind of calling you in. Obviously, the Devil is all this sort of impermanent temptations. You know, one drink is fine, a whole bottle isn't so good, and it's the whisper on your shoulder. I think, you know, you're not right for this job, you're not right for this person, and I think it's up to ourselves to be able to nullify that, you know. So that's where you're going to find yourself. You're going to find yourself in a situation where the Devil is whispering to you, and you need to ignore that. And that's because the energy on the bottom is the Nine of Wands, which is in this deck, again, it's a wolf. He's obviously got blood on him, so he's been in a battle. But I wouldn't take on a cornered wolf. That's you, you know. Even when it's down, it's not out. In fact, when it looks like it's down, it's about to come out again. So I would say this is you, you know. I mean, this is a great reading. If you read this before next week, I think it's going to give you a little heads up, just to be able to take it on the chin. Take what's coming. You know, the Fool is, you know, just hold your hands up and go for it. I think this time of rest and recuperation, the root of the matter is going away. That's the Four of Swords. It's about, you know, relaxing and finding solace in those quieter moments. And I think you've had that. You've now got the Moon energy, and you've got this Knight of Pentacles as the head of the matter. And the head of the matter here One of the great things about this particular knight, they're all female in this deck, but she's massively over armored. You know, she's made this herself. I mean, that's also, is that the book of how to make this armor? She's got the hammer in her hand. She's obviously been working at it. Antlers, stamina, tenacity, you know, so you've got all the tools and you've got the willpower to do it. Her accomplishments hanging from her antlers, so she's proud to show what she's done, and you know, stood on this huge pentacle as well. So it's not hiding a light under a bushel. One thing I would say about this card is it's a bit of a slow card. You know, if there's a lot of fast energy coming in next week, that warns you to be agile. You know, she's kind of over armored. You're really well prepared for what's coming up. Really well prepared for next week. You know, you've got this in spades. You've got the Fool. You've got the Knight. Beware of any kind of, you know, you're well prepared, but you're stubborn. Then is this the truth? Is this not? With the Moon energy down here, then you get down to the Devil. So I'd say you're in a really strong position. Don't listen to anything that doesn't sound true. If your gut is telling you something else, then I would go with your gut this week. And again, don't listen to the whispers or the naysayers going, you're not good enough, or you can't do this, or they're not right for you, anything like that. You need to ignore those. In the how other people see the situation, we've got the Five of Cups, and in the traditional Rider-Waite, that's the 3 cups stood up and the 2 falling over, and the person's looking at the 3 spilled ones and can't see what's left. So this big cup has crashed and made a lot of noise and splashing around, you know, and it's drawn the attention, when actually there's still a cup up at the top there that's still filled with water. You know, hope still remains. So I think you need to take away from this week, whatever anything throws at you, you overly prepared for it. You've got the mindset for it. And also you need to see the hope in the situation. You need to find the good in there. And I think when you do that, your hopes and fears are, you know, a fantastic resolution. 2 of Cups. Again, romantically, it means, you know, your partner stepping up in a business situation. It means colleagues stepping up to support you. You know, yeah, there's a broken arrow at the top. It sometimes means something that's failed. But I'm seeing it, given the sort of direction that this is moving in, this to me sounds like, you know, it doesn't catch you out. The Fool can't be caught off guard because he's not expecting anything. It's like, oh, we're all going to work till midnight. Oh, we're all knocking off. Oh, my boyfriend's moving to Hong Kong. The Fool just goes along with all of that, and that ends up in a really strong, positive relationship. So that's really powerful. And then your outcome for the week is, I think this is my favourite card in this particular deck, the Hanged Man. Again, it's quite overexposed down here, but he's got a tremendous look on his face. Let's see if I can reverse that and show you. Sorry, this is really tricky, isn't it? There you go. It's just serene. And basically what's happening is he's giving himself to the ground. He's you know, he's turning to liquid gold. He's fertilizing the ground basically with his body. He's disappearing into butterflies. He's just, you know, sort of beautifully fading away. And the Hangman talks about self-sacrifice, you know, lose the battle to win the war. I think that's a really good motto to take for this week. I think there's something big going on. I mean, I was talking to individual Leos. I would find out what that thing is. This is a general reading, so it's hard to tie it down. But I think this is some really heavy energy, but you got some really powerful cards on your side in this. The Destiny card I don't know too well because I do the traditional Rider-Waite, which is the Wheel of Fortune, which is obviously, you know, the train is in the station or the Ferris wheel has come round and it's asking you to get on that particular carriage, and if you don't, it goes back around again. This one talks more about it being an abstract moment of fate. You know, you don't know what's coming in. It really blindsides you. So it's going to be a really interesting week. And then, you know, to put the Fool on top of that, just perfect. The icing on the cake. So yeah, watch out for the Devil. You're better than that. See the hope in the situation. There's going to be a positive outcome. I think you are going to need the support of significant others. And then, you know, be prepared to lose the battle to win the war. And the underlying message there is, you know, you do win the war. You know, they can't take you down. So this is really positive. So take that really strong energy with you this week, Leos. It's going to be an interesting one. I will see you for the next one. Have a great week.